Jana Duggar. You've heard the name, but what you think you know is only the beginning. For years, she was the quiet one, the one who stayed behind the scenes while her siblings stepped into the spotlight with their marriages, careers, and growing families. But what if I told you that Jana's latest transformation isn't just unexpected, it's leaving everyone speechless? From her big life changes to the surprising detail about her real size that most people completely overlook, Jana's story has taken a turn that you need to hear. And trust me, the surprise waiting for you at the end of this video will completely change how you see her. This isn't just another Duggar family update, it's a look at how one of their most mysterious members stepped out of the shadows and into a life that's as bold as it is inspiring. So why is everyone suddenly talking about Jana Duggar now? What's the shocking detail about her physical and personal size that's making people do a double take? Stay with me because every twist in this story leads to a moment you won't see coming. If you think you know everything about Jana, this video is here to prove you wrong. Watch until the end and you'll understand why her story isn't just about the Duggar name, it's about redefining who she is and what she stands for. For years, fans and critics alike watched Jana Duggar with one burning question: why is she still single? The second oldest Duggar sibling, living in a world where weddings seemed like an annual event for her family, was often seen as the outlier. It wasn't just the tabloids asking the question, her own family dynamic made it clear. While her younger siblings moved on with marriages and babies, Jana stayed home, facing endless speculation. Some called her picky, others wondered if she was destined to stay single forever. But as it turns out, Jana was quietly rewriting the rules of her own story. This year, she shocked everyone by announcing her marriage to Stephen Wissman. It wasn't just any wedding, it was a grand celebration with 500 guests. And for those who knew Jana's story, it felt like a chapter finally coming to a close. But here's the catch, this wasn't a whirlwind romance or a spur-of-the-moment decision. Jana and Stephen had been here before dating, then separating only to reunite years later. The timing wasn't random, it was calculated, deliberate, and completely in line with who Jana is. What made this reunion different? Jana opened up about the emotions she faced while watching sibling after sibling walk down the aisle ahead of her. She admitted that it wasn't easy, feeling like the odd one out. But through it all, she kept her faith and trusted that her time would come. And when Stephen came back into her life, she knew this wasn't just a relationship, it was a partnership built on character, patience, and trust. But here's where it gets even more intriguing. Jana's decision to marry Stephen wasn't just about love. It was about taking a leap into a life that's completely her own. From the outside, it might look like another Duggar wedding. But for Jana, this was the turning point. And that's only the beginning of what makes her story so fascinating. Stay with me, because what comes next, the bold changes she's made after marriage, will leave you questioning how much of the old Jana you really knew. After years of living under the same roof where countless Duggar family milestones took place, Jana has taken a step no one quite expected. She's packed her bags and moved to Nebraska with her husband, Stephen Wissman. But this isn't just about a new address. This move symbolizes something far bigger, a complete reset of her life. For someone who spent decades navigating the expectations of her famous family, this change marks the beginning of a life that's truly hers. What's even more surprising is how Jana has embraced her new role as a homemaker, but in her own unique way. Together, she and Stephen are renovating a house, turning it into a space that reflects their personalities and shared dreams. This isn't just about fresh paint and new furniture. It's about creating a home that tells their story, far removed from the bustling Arkansas house she grew up in. And here's a little clue. Jana's passion for DIY projects and interior design has gone into overdrive. Fans who have followed her interests over the years know she's no stranger to creativity, but this time she's raising the bar. And let's talk about gardening. Jana's well-documented love for tending to plants and creating beauty from the soil has found its place in Nebraska too. Her quiet hobbies, which once felt like side notes in the Duggar world, are now front and center in her new life. This is more than a fresh start, it's proof that Jana is stepping into her independence in ways we never saw before. But what's truly remarkable is that she's doing it all on her terms. While the Duggar family is still deeply rooted in their traditions, Jana is making bold moves to carve out her identity. And this independence doesn't stop at her lifestyle. It extends to how she's presenting herself to the world, a transformation that's impossible to ignore. Which brings us to her public image. Her new look, her confidence, her evolving sense of self. What does it all mean? Stick with me, because the next part of Jana's story takes an even more unexpected turn, and you won't want to miss what's coming. Jana Duggar has always been known for her modest, traditional style, a reflection of her upbringing and family values. But recently she made a bold move that left fans doing a double take. She debuted a striking bleach blonde hairstyle during a family camping trip. This wasn't just a minor change, it was a statement. For someone who spent years blending into the Duggar family's more conservative image, this shift in her appearance speaks volumes about the new chapter she's stepping into. What makes this transformation so intriguing is how subtle yet impactful it is. Jana didn't announce her new look with fanfare or long-winded explanations. Instead, she simply showed up, confident and unapologetic. It's almost as if she's letting her actions speak louder than words of quiet, yet powerful reintroduction of who she is becoming. But her evolving image isn't just about her hair. Jana's reduced social media presence in recent months has added an air of mystery to her life. She shares just enough to keep fans curious, giving glimpses of her projects and updates about her personal life, but never too much. It's a stark contrast to her more public siblings, and it leaves one big question hanging in the air: what else is Jana up to behind the scenes? This calculated balance of visibility and privacy makes her even more fascinating. Fans are drawn to her because she's no longer the same person who simply followed the family script. She's charting her own path, and her confidence radiates in ways we haven't seen before. Yet, there's more to this story than meets the eye. Jana's transformation is about more than just her appearance or her online presence. It's tied to a deeper sense of personal growth. So what's the driving force behind these changes? And how does it all connect to the one detail about her real size that everyone keeps missing? The answer is in the bigger picture, and we're almost there. Stay with me, because what comes next will completely redefine how you see Jana Duggar. It all ties together in a way that makes the wait worth it. Here's the part you've been waiting for, the detail about Jana Duggar's real size that makes people stop and look twice. Yes, Jana stands at 5 feet 6 inches tall. But let's be honest, this is about so much more than just her physical height. The real size of Jana Duggar is measured in her personal growth, her resilience, and the bold steps she's taken to redefine her life on her own terms. For years, Jana was often overshadowed by her siblings' accomplishments, left standing in the background of family weddings, milestones, and TV episodes. But what people missed is the quiet strength it took for her to remain true to herself, even as the world questioned her every move. Now, with her marriage, her lifestyle changes, and her striking new confidence, she's proving that size isn't just about physical presence, it's about the depth of her character and the magnitude of her transformation. Think about it. This is a woman who spent years living in the shadow of societal and family expectations. She faced the pressure of being single in a family where marriage often happens young. She endured public scrutiny, speculation, and even pity. But instead of letting that define her, she used the time to build herself mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. When the moment came, she wasn't just ready for a new chapter. She was ready to rewrite the entire book. Her move to Nebraska, her newfound independence, her evolving public image, all of this speaks to a version of Jana Duggar we've never seen before. Her real size isn't just what's on the outside. It's the space she's now taking up in her own life, unapologetically and with purpose. And here's the reward for sticking with me until now: Jana's story isn't just hers. It's a reminder for all of us. Whether it's the weight of expectations or the fear of being left behind, there's no set timeline for your life. Jana is living proof that patience, perseverance, and trusting the process can lead to something extraordinary. Now, here's your takeaway. Ask yourself, what's the next bold move I can make to step into my real size? Because if Jana can go from standing in the background to owning the spotlight, so can you. Let her story inspire you to take that leap, embrace the change, and create the life you've been waiting for. Thank you for watching, and remember, it's never too late to redefine who you are.